take us away from Lord of the Rings. I feel like I don't look at politics in movies quite that much. I think you guys find it more. I do look for politics in my serial killers. I don't mean to get on some high horse. I always wonder who they voted for. That's just me. I don't know. But yeah, I love boobies. They make every show better. And I'm down to see it. Do we know when it comes out?
No.
I think it got pushed back again.
Yeah,
so.
I'm guessing, next fall, maybe even the fall after. It's going to be a while.
Did you?
But
hope they take their time.
Yeah, take your time. I'm not in a rush. You paid $100 million just for the rights, I think. So do your thing, whatever. Just make it good. Yeah, I don't mind about titties. I just don't like. I hate shit being like fucking super politically correct and like it's just not making sense. They just added like
really shoehorn stuff in, and it feels ham-handed, not organic.
I know they just added a transsexual and like an asexual character to Star Trek, and I'm just like
asexual. They've already had robots.
Yeah, but Data was straight.
I googled the date. It looks like it might be 2022.
Android.
I don't know.
Bigot.
I don't know the Android code. I don't know their preferred.
He's an automaton.
An automaton. That's pretty cool, I guess. Yeah.
It's just like I don't care who fucks who on the show. Like I really don't. Like I don't care. Like
no,
Picard. I don't remember Picard ever getting laid.
There was always a lot on vacation sometimes.
He'd be on vacation on Ryza and he'd be wearing that thing so you could see his bulge way too much. Like
dude, why does Picard have a?
Who's Juji Mufu's boy toy? Tom.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, Picard's wearing like the Tom shorts. He's got way too much showing.
Well, he'll never come back on.
Why? Because I called him Juju's boy toy?
Yeah, no.
Yes, that's why.
Oh, come on, that's funny. He'd like that.
Okay.
He'll make a shirt that says that.
I hope he does.
This isn't nearly as specific as your complaint, Kyle, but tell me if it also resonates. I don't want them to reimagine too much some of the mythical creatures that have already been established. So like the cave trolls we saw in Lord of the Rings, they even did a good job making them kind of similar in The Hobbit, even though The Hobbit CGI was kind of fucked. Like the Balrog, the cave trolls, the goblins, the Uruk-hai, the orcs. Shelob. All of that is established canon. Like if they want to go a different direction with maybe like a creature that we haven't seen yet, and they reimagine that, not even reimagine because we haven't seen it. They imagine that.
Dragon.
Yeah, dragon. That's been established. But they can move away from anything established.
We're going so far back in time. There's more dragons now.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I just don't want them to move too far away from that. Like if it's like a Harry Potter looking troll instead, that would really bother me.
I would like it a lot if the show was focused. The main focus of the show was like the race of men, and so like we got to see elves and dwarves and wizards and such very sparingly, and it was a big deal when we did. Like I hope it's. I bet they're not going to do that. I bet they're going to try to make it like a fellowship right off the bat, where we've got like an elf, a dwarf, a human, a wizard, like all being kind of buddy doing shit together. I bet there's going to be like a fucking team. But I would prefer it if it was like we were focused on a group of humans and their sort of inner politics, and maybe they had like an orc problem, and we kept it really centralized, really localized.
Yeah.
And there was just a sprinkling of dwarves, elves, and magic and orcs occasionally. And but those things were rare. Kind of like in Game of Thrones, how like there wasn't a lot of White Walker stuff going on, all the time. You just got a hint of them occasionally.
I agree. I think that would probably be best. They keep it kind of nice, central on the same group. And it doesn't even have to be that the elves, dwarves, orcs, whatever are. I mean, what'll probably happen is it'll like kick off with some sort of emissary from the Kingdom of Men going to one of the other races, talking about a problem with orcs and Uruk-hai, and that establishes a tie between them. And then you kind of understand the size of the.
I hope there's no hobbits.
I'm fine with hobbits. I don't really care. There probably won't be hobbits in this because hobbits didn't get involved in the wars that far from the Shire.
That's why I don't want hobbits, because like in the Lord of the Rings, everybody's like, "What the fuck's a hobbit?" Like nobody knows what a hobbit is because they never
How far back is it? Do you remember?
We don't know. I hope they go really far back though. I hope they go back to like the elves before the elves went to the islands or whatever.
Numenor. Yeah.
Yeah. I hope it's really far back, and I wish they get Ian McKellen.
I think he's too old for it, man. Like he's
You could CGI that shit. Don't you could de-age him just enough to make it work. He's supposed to be an old man anyway.
if they could do it, I would love that because that would be great. I was just thinking that because even no matter how far back they go, Gandalf is going to be extant. Like he exists in that universe.
Yeah.
Pretty much for the most part in some form or another.
Yeah,
and
he's
so
older than the Earth.
He is the only way that hobbits would get introduced into the story. And so I could see them using Gandalf as a way to bring a hobbit in because it is kind of established that like Gandalf has always really liked those people. He's always liked the hobbits. He's always
you could de-age him though.
He's 81 though. Like he can't do the job.
What's the? Yeah, you can.
Memorizing lines and
come on,
staying awake all day.
Yes, he could still do the job.
He's 81. He's gonna die soon, very soon.
I don't think so.
People live to 73 in my mind.
He's spry.
He's expired.
He's 81.
Mm-hmm.
How old's Joe Biden?
77.
Well, that's close.
It is. Yeah. But we're choosing between. Look, people die at 73.
I like that you're saying an 81-year-old can't play Gandalf on Amazon, but a 77-year-old can run the free world.
Neither a 77-year-old or a 74-year-old are a good choice. We're picking amongst these two.
I want the man to play Gandalf. I think he can still do it, and I think they could de-age him enough where he'd look fine. And if he had to do any action, they just CGI that shit.
Look at Ian McKellen's IMDb I just linked, and look at how much work he's done in the past 3 years. Like,
okay,
he's kicking, and so once again though, at 81, anything can happen at the drop of a hat. So that's pretty risky. But it looks like he's cranking out films and
he's been involved with 7 productions in the last 24 months.
Yeah, he's grinding. So.
Okay, well, this one he did voice work, so we'll discount that one.
I would be cool if they could do it effectively, and he can promise not to die. That'd be good.
As long as he promises.
Do you pinky swear not to die?
I mean, I'd take it. You know, if he really promises to eat right. No, he looks like he already eats right.
I don't know who. Yeah, I want Gandalf to be part of it. I like Gandalf, and goddamn, he's iconic as that character. I would hope that it was him.
You know what they could do? They could do someone who, like a younger Gandalf who looks enough like Ian McKellen when he was younger. If it is that far back, because it's not like Gandalf has always been an old guy.
How about Ewan McGregor?
Ewan McGregor would work. Yeah, throw him in there.
Gray on him.
That's the Obi-Wan guy, right?
Yeah, it's Obi-Wan.
So have him do that. Yeah, that could work. Like backdate it and have them introduce Gandalf as a younger wizard. Still,
actually, kind of looks like him.
I like that casting choice. Do we know who it is?
Nah, they'll pick a bunch of fucking New Zealand fucks we've never heard of or some shit.
Oh, they haven't picked them yet.
I'm fine with them not using.
I'm sure they've done a lot of casting. I'm just not aware of it. I'm okay with new actors. I didn't know any of the people from Game of Thrones, and I came to love so many of them before I came to hate so many of them.
I mean, think about who was famous from Lord of the Rings before that kicked off. It was literally just Ian McKellen, right? Nobody knew who Orlando Bloom was. Nobody knew who Viggo Mortensen. Nobody knew who any of the hobbits were. I mean, Elijah Wood had been in a couple of things. He'd been in I feel
like Orlando Bloom was maybe one of the more established stars. Am I wrong? Is that where he got it?
Had he done Pirates of the Caribbean yet?
No, Lord of the Rings springboarded him into Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, I think it made all those people's careers. I think Ian was really the only one that was known, at least to us. I'm sure international audiences probably knew, like Carl Urban and people like that, but I didn't know any of these people.
No, I'm looking forward to it.
The reason Orlando Bloom's so well known to me is because I mix him up with another good-looking guy from Enemy at the Gates.
Oh, that's a completely different guy called Jude Law, who looks nothing like Orlando Bloom.
Nope. They're both thin white guys.
They're just next to each other.
I will.
There's got to be some sort of brain defect where you can't. Come on, they're not the same at all.
I don't think Jude Law looks like Orlando Bloom.
Not even a little.
Looking for a proper picture.
Looking for the one that looks the most like the picture of Jude Law I have.
Yes, yeah. I'm definitely setting myself up for success.
Here, I found a picture of Jude Law dressing as Orlando Bloom for Halloween, and as you can see,
I'm telling you, these guys. Look, I'm not saying they could be twins or anything, but they could be brothers.
No, they couldn't. Orlando Bloom is a manlet, and Jude Law is an adult man.
Orlando Bloom is a manlet?
Yeah, he's a tiny little fella.
What?
Is that true?
It looks like it to me.
It says 5'11".
Really? He looks tiny.
Elijah Wood, 5'6", very small fella.